What's going on, guys? Andy here. So this is another story by Jordan Shingler and Robbie Shaw. Plus, Jordan did another story called Little Engines, which I provide the title. Don't believe me? Hang on a sec. See before I get to this, hang on a sec. You finally see it. All right. Nope. Hang on a sec. That's not possible. Alright. Yeah, I think I can do two stores at the same time. I might as well do. I think I might as well. Thomas and Percy. Little Engines, here we go. Yeah, this is that's the song right there. Little Engines. Yeah, this is the yeah, thank you for uploading the Little Engines. Once just a while ago, tons of and friends. We just showed some millions of people got past. This for a story title. Yeah, here's the title, Little Engines. Thanks, Andy. So I came up with the title. Yeah, so I think we'll do Little Engines first, and the other story. So here we go. Yeah, Little Engines. It was a beautiful day on the island of Sodor. It was a few days before the Silver Hatch Grand Prix. Rory, the racing car, Red, Dorothy, and their friends are visiting Sodor for a very special event. It was the Sodor Little Engines Festival. Thomas, the tank engine, his friends Percy, Toby, Bill and Ben, Duck and Oliver, Mavis and their good friend Stephanie, visiting from the Blueberry Way in Sussex, are taking part in the festival in Crovan's Gate. Well, Crovan's Gate is the terminus of the Northwestern Railway, just before the mainland. Well, before the Victorstown Rolling River Bridge. Even the narrow gauge engines of the Scarlet Railway are taking part too. Everybody was excited except for some of the big engines, including Gordon, Henry, and James. Big engines were complaining. I can't believe this, grumbled James. Thomas and all the other small engines are getting all the attention and not me. You can say that again, James. You can say that again, James, agreed Gordon. I'm the biggest and fastest engine on the whole of Sodor. Well, Spencer's the fastest. One of the most splendid red engine on Sodor, put in James. I have many problems in my life, fumed Henry, but I'm still really splendid too. Dorothy could see that the big engines were grumbling, so she decided to go and see what was the matter. What's up, you three? She asked. Thomas and his little friends are getting all the attention. We should get into it too, complained Gordon. Us big tender engines are much more big and stronger than those little engines, frowned James. You see, began Dorothy, being big isn't always the best. Ever told me about your experiences, Gordon. Don't remember the time when Toby pushed up Gordon's hill? Yes, thought Gordon. I suppose that's true. And Henry, didn't Thomas help you to the shed after you fell into the sea? I guess he was helpful. Yeah, even though Henry has fair share of problems in the past, Welsh coal and everything else. And James, didn't Percy save you from the landslide of the giant clay pits? I couldn't get away from there, but I guess it was brave of Percy to come and save me, pondered James. You see, being big is good, but it's always the best. Thomas once told me that little engines can do big things. All engines are important whether they're big or small. James, Gordon, and Henry knew Dorothy had a point, and looked at each other and looked as if they were coming to an agreement. I guess you're right, Dorothy, said James. I guess even us big engines need some help from little engines sometimes. But I doubt even your little dog could do anything that small engines could, said Gordon. Oh, really? Told him maybe small, but he could do some big things too. That time when he rescued Glenn's wand from White Helmet's clutches, or the time he got my ruby slippers, was trying to stim at 8 o'clock at night. Oh my god, I guess little dogs are just as good as little engines, said Henry, and told her barked in agreement. Now come on. Will you join the festival, Dorothy? The 3 big engines agreed and shoved in, but they were in for a surprise. Look, everybody, cried Rory. It's James Gordon and Henry. The engines that Thomas and his friends helped. Everybody gathered around them, and they were surprised at first, but they were soon impressed. See, said Dorothy, walking up alongside them. Little engines are important, and so are big engines too. And Henry, Gordon, and James agreed, and soon they were all enjoying the sort of Little Engines Festival. Yeah. So thanks to me, Jordan Shingler, and Robbie Shaw for help writing this story. Well, I just did the title part. It's like the song style, Little Engines. Little engines can do big things. Little engines are really useful too. Plus, I'll be making a story of my own. Yeah, but I'll say that for another video. Down by the docks. Hang on a sec. Here's another one. Party at Brendam Docks. It was a beautiful day at Brendam Docks on the island of Sodor. Thomas and his dark-haired friends, Salty, Porter, and Cranky, are organizing a party for their friends who are visiting Sodor again. Dorothy, Gail, her dog Toto, and her friends Queen Ozma, Scarecrow, Lion, and Tin Man, plus their enemies, Wilhelmina the Witch, and the flying monkeys Frank and Lyman from Oz, Red Petrol and Krabby from Green Meadow, Don Duck, his uncle Scrooge McDuck, and nephews Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and these nieces April, May, and June. Yeah, originally much. They're named after months, for God's sake, you know. And from Duckburg and Lawfam from Norwich, Michigan. All of them were very excited. Thomas said, "I feel very excited, just like a young tank engine again. I can't wait to see my friends again." Said Salty. Thomas matey, Salty added. "I can't wait to see them again." Porter whistled with joy. "Me too, Salty." Cranky shouted out, "Come on, everybody, we must get this party ready. Soon your friends will be here. There is a lot of work to do." Thomas bought some celebration cargo. James bought the Solar Brass Band. Porter and Salty supervised the party. Although Cranky was excited about the party, he wasn't sure about one thing. "I've heard tales about Wilhelmina and Mr. Monkeys. They're nothing but trouble." Thomas laughed. "Don't worry, Cranky. Wilhelmina's got nothing evil planned, so she's taking a break from it evil for a bit." As are Frank and Lyman, and they were made a monkey swear that they won't do nothing evil. At least when they get back to us. "I hope so," Cranky groaned doubtfully. Then Percy peeped his whistle loud. "There's a ship coming from far away." Thomas, is that the ship that your friends are on?" "Cinders and ashes!" cried Thomas. "It is, Cranky. They're coming. How much time do we have?" Cranky looked at the sea. "It looks like it'll be here in 10 minutes. Quick, everybody," barked Salty. "Get those wheels a-rolling." On the ship, Dorothy was excited. "I can't wait to see Thomas again. I haven't seen him since he left America." By the way, I'll be telling a story about Thomas is still in America though. Just like this is like a sequel. It was like a sequel to like Thomas's visit to America. It was about, I think one Robbie Shaw's videos was called like Amarillo, Robbie Shaw style. I'll look it up. Alright, let's see, where was I? Oh yeah. "My heart will be bursting with joy when we see him again," swooned Tin Man. How's my main?" Lion asked. "You look perfect, Lion," said Lori. "Oh, I've missed him," sighed Ozma. "I can't wait to see him again." "Dudes, look!" cried Luna. "There's some dogs up ahead." That looks like Brenda docks, said Luann. Said Lucy, which would speed up a bit. Patience, Lucy, Idria, all in good time. Ships can be slow because the engines are pretty big. Yeah, patience is a virtue, quacked a familiar voice. Everyone was surprised to see a voice belonging to Donald Duck, exclaimed Lola. What are you doing on the ship? I've heard you're going to see Thomas again. So I tagged along and I bought some company. Company? Asked Lon. Yeah, Daisy's niece is April, May, and June. Hey guys, called June. Lincoln was befuddled. So now we're cruising to Solder with a short-tempered duck and 3 girly ducks? What's next? 3 fire trucks? Yeah, said Lanny. There are 3 fire trucks on the ship. How do you know that? Asked Lori. They're next to us. Everybody peered out the window, and to their surprise, the 3 fire trucks turned out to be Red, Petrol, and Krabby. Yeah, it's like it's like hinting at Thomas. It turned out to be, it's like the rubbish turned out to be Annie, Clarabelle, and Henrietta, who were most offended. Yeah, that's from an episode of Thomas called Days of Diesel Railcar, I think. They were chained onto the, like most engines that are when they're going to the mainland. They're looking forward to see Thomas once again. Scarecrow came up to them. I'm guessing you 3 are heading to see Thomas too, aren't you? Yeah, said Red. How do you know about that? Because of his brain, said Krabby sarcastically. What a kid using sarcasm, crackpot, said Wilhelma. That's my thing. Krabby felt a little offended after Wilhelma's insult. Crackpot? My name's Krabby. I hate to interrupt your angry moment, Krabby, but look, cried Petrol. Sodor, dead ahead. When Krabby saw Sodor was near, he soon forgot to be cross. Oh, Frank, I wish we could be there quicker. You know what would make it quicker? If you get back to your seat until we reach the decks, Frank asked. So Lyman did as he was told, and everybody went back to their seats. Meanwhile, back at the docks, everybody was putting the finishing touches. Alright, mateys, Salty said. We're all ready to start the party. Then Cranky shouted to the others, everybody, the ship's being docked. Everybody was very excited indeed. Then Thomas spoke up. I'll go and greet them, and steer them to the ship. Meanwhile, everybody was getting on the ship with their luggage. Even the trucks were being unloaded off the ship one time by a crane. Ah, it's good to be back in Silver, said Petrol. Suddenly, 4 ducks raced off the ship. It was Donald Duck's uncle and nephew, Scrooge McDuck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Ah, Uncle Scrooge and boys, said Donald. Uncle Scrooge, out of puff, spoke. Sorry about that, Donald. We've just been packing our stuff away in our rooms. Sorry, Uncle Donald, said Huey, but Donald smiled. He didn't mind waiting for his family to turn up. Before anybody could say anything else, they heard a familiar whistle and the yell smoke and saw their famous #1 blue tank engine friend, Thomas. Thomas smiled and greeted them with a friendly whistle and spoke to them. Hey, my friends, welcome back to Sodor. Thomas the tank engine said Dorothy. It's good to see you again. It's been a long time we've seen you in Royal Woods, added Lincoln. I know, Chuff Thomas. It's been so good to see you again. Then April, May, and June came down from the ship. Hey, Thomas, said May. It's a pleasure to see you again. We couldn't wait to come to Sodor and see you and your friends, added April. Where are they? Gasped June. We're dying to meet them. Well, James, Percy, Salt, and Porter are back there with Cranky, and they're looking for a meeting as well, too. The conversation was drowned by brass instruments. Dudes, why I can hear music? By my calculations, it appears to be some become probably dressed men playing shiny instruments as you blow into. Street name, a brass band, put in Lisa. Yeah, the Sodor brass band. Yeah, my guess every single country has a brass band out there. Yeah, if you don't know what the brass band is, it's like the Sodor's main band, like perform like events. Or what was I? Oh yeah. Well, why don't you follow me and I'll show you? Tooted Thomas. and then reversed back to Cranky, while Dorothy, Lincoln, Red Petrol, Krabby, and others followed him, and they came around the bend. They had a surprise. The engines and Cranky shot, "Surprise! Welcome back to Soda, everybody!" Bust me bumpers!" exclaimed Petrol. "What's all this?" "It's a welcome to Soda party. So you welcome back to Soda." "But who's that green engine with the 3 domes?" asked Red. "And who's that diesel with the pirate-like accent?" demanded Lowell. "Everybody meet Salty and Porter, the 2 dockside engines who help out at Brandon Docks," said Thomas. "Hello, Thomas's new friends," whistled Porter. "Nice to meet you, matey," said Salty. Everybody smiled with their biggest smiles, even while Helmet smiled. "Thomas," began with Helmet, "you may on that goody ruby red 2-shoe side, but I guess it was nice of you and your little train friends to throw this for me." Then she noticed everybody glaring at her. "And your other friends too, and your banana brands as well too." "Thanks, boss," said Frank. "What are you waiting for?" cried Lyman. "Let's party!" Everybody cheered. The 3 engines hooted and tooted, and fire trucks sounded the sirens. It was the best party in the whole island of Solar. "Thanks for your help again, mate." Well, that was 2 stories, and probably I can create a story too. Yeah, maybe I should write it down or something. Yeah, this goes out to Robbie Shaw and Jordan Shingler. Maybe I should do like a story myself. Maybe I can create 2 stories. Well, I can say on my camera. Yeah, one of them that Jordan Shingler didn't create was like a story about Sir Topham Hatt. Yeah, maybe I should do it. Sir Topham Hatt. One fine morning on the island of Sodor, Thomas and his friends were just waking up. Just then, Sir Topham Hatt came to the sheds. "Good morning, engines," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Good morning, sir," said the engines. As you all may know, 2018 marks 2014 is like 100 years, 2015, 2016, 2017. Marks 103 years since the formation of the Northwestern Railway. Now I've invited Lincoln and his family, along with Red Petrol and Krabby, Ozma and Dorothy and her friends, and Dalton and his friends. Now here are the jobs. Thomas and Edward. Tomorrow you'll be pulling a special train, because you 2 are our founding engines of the Northwestern Railway. Edward, Percy, and Emily. You'll be taking demonstration goods trains around Tidmouth. Gordon, Henry, and James. You'll be pulling special excursion trains from Tidmouth to Vickerstown and then back again. The rest of you will be doing your regular jobs as normal. "Yes, sir," said the engines. Meanwhile, in Norwich, Michigan, Lincoln received an email from Sir Topham Hatt. "Dear Lincoln, it's me, Sir Topham Hatt. You and your family are invited to a special event on Sodor. It's to commemorate 103 years since the formation of the Northwestern Railway. And you'll be seeing all the engines will be doing special jobs. I assigned each engine with a task. Thomas and Edward will be pulling a special train. Edward and James and Glenn will be pulling demonstration goods trains. And there's gonna be like food and music too. It'll be held this Saturday, so feel free to join. Best regards, Topham Hatt. Lincoln called his family into his room. Guys, called Lincoln. Topham Hatt has invited us to a special event. According to my calculations, it's like a celebration for the Northwestern Railway, said Lisa. You're right, said Rita. Soon, the email was forwarded to all of Thomas's friends. So on Saturday, everybody was on Sodor. Wow. 103 years. Welcome to Sodor, said Sir Topham Hatt. You all know who I am. Just then, Lincoln, he packed everything. He had packed his laptop and some of his comics and his camera. The next morning, Sir Topham Hatt was having breakfast at his house, and Lincoln and his family were filming in trackside. Just then, Thomas woke up. Ugh, said Thomas. Another day. Suddenly, one of the cleaners fiddled with Thomas's controls. Also, I just put one of the episodes. So Thomas stopped playing. They don't. Silly things, said Thomas. Here's all I'll do. I'll steam out of the sheds, stop, and whoosh! That'll make Percy and Toby jump. Then it all came easier. Thomas moved one wheel, and then another. He tried to stop, but he couldn't without his driver. Help! Cried Thomas. Soon, Lincoln and his family were right there. Trackside. I can't stop. Trying to reach. But he couldn't. Horrors! Cried Thomas. Shut his eyes. What on earth has happened? said the back controller. Thomas! Sir Topham Hatt snapped. What happened? said Lincoln. I think I know what happened, said Lisa. I saw a cleaner fiddling with Thomas's controls. Just then the cleaner came by. What's happened, cleaner? said Topham Hatt. I fiddled with Thomas's controls, he said. I'll be speaking with your supervisor, said the fat controller. Just then, Donald and Douglas arrived. Do you not worry yourself, Thomas? We'll soon head back on the rails, they laughed. Just then, some repairman came by to see Thomas. Well, Thomas, you've damaged your front. But don't worry. You'll be repaired in time for the celebration. And Sir Topham Hatt came to see him. Thomas, this wasn't your fault. It was the carriage cleaner. However, you'll be repaired in time for the celebration. A few days later, well, on Saturday, well, the Lot family, Donald and his friends and family, along with the Red and his friends, and Queen Ozma and her friends, arrived on Soldier on Thursday. A few days later, on Saturday, the celebration began. Sir Topham Hatt made a speech. 2018 marks another year, marks 103 years after the formation of the Northwestern Railway in 1914, during the time that World War I broke out between the Central Powers and the Allies. Our two founding engines, Thomas and Edward. Thomas is a tank engine. He is a London Brighton South Coast Rail Class E2 tank engine. He's my number one tank engine. Edward is an ex-Furnace Ferry Seagull engine. I've invited Lincoln and his family, along with Ozma and her friends, and Donald and his friends' family, on a special excursion train. And I have a flat car. We have two flat cars behind the excursion train for Red, Petro, and Krabby. Soon, everybody got on, and Red, Petro, and Krabby were loaded on the flat cars. Everything was all set. The conductor blew his whistle, and the special train set off. Everybody cheered. Soon, the train arrived back to Netford. Everybody got off. Lincoln walked over to Thomas and Edward. "Congrats on your 103rd anniversary, guys," said Lincoln. "Thanks, Lincoln," said Thomas. "Thanks, Lincoln," said Edward. "We'll be here for another 100 years. Steam will still be here on this island." "Sure, there may be a few diesels," said Thomas, "but steamy and diesels are useful together." Lincoln and his family, along with Ozma, Donald, and their friends, stayed for a few days, and then they headed back home. And so Thomas, Edward, and the rest of the engines steamed back to Tibbetts sheds. "Well, little Thomas," said Gordon, you pulled a special train, just like you did back in 2014. "You're right, Gordon," said Thomas. 2014 was 100 years ago. After all, Edward and I broke down, and we were soon repaired. Also, this is a reference to NWR's 1991's episode 100, which explains that 2014 marks 100 years of the Northwestern Railway too. Soon, Thomas, Edward, and the engines went happily to sleep. All of them were really useful engines. So that's it, people. Thanks to Jordan Shingler and Robbie Shaw, myself. Yeah, 3 stories in 1 video. Yeah, I created a story. It's called the Topham Hatt. That's about it. So thanks for watching. Subscribe for more vlogs and stories. Like, comment, and share. Hashtag I'm a creator. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace out, my dudes.